All right, we're going to welcome to the show now Andrew Selee. He's the president of the Immigration Policy Institute. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure to be with you today.
So for our viewers, again, who are just joining us and maybe they didn't see the beginning of that, it was unfolding on the previous show where individuals were appearing to try to impede these ICE officers from doing their job and carrying out law and order, not just protesting. Who are these agitators? Who's behind them? Are there actual organizations? Who's funding them? Where are they getting their training, et cetera?
Yeah, this seems to be really a sort of citizens movement in some cities, whether people agree with it or not. It's sort of, organized spontaneously. There doesn't seem to be any central organization. And as your reporter was saying, I mean, they, are keeping in touch with each other on WhatsApp and Signal and online chats, right? I mean, this is really a sort of local community organization of people just responding to try and protect their neighbors who they're afraid might get deported. This is becoming a really contentious issue, as you know, right? I mean, and we saw this with the really tragic killing the other day. I mean, this was sort of a test where some people looked at this and said, this is ICE overreach, why are they in our cities? And some people looked at this and said, why are people out protesting? This is legitimate law enforcement. Why was she getting in the way of that? You're starting to see Americans really divided on this issue.
Well, ICE says it's arrested more than 1,500 alleged criminal illegal aliens there in Minneapolis since this Operation Metro Surge began. And those that are arrested are accused of everything from pedophilia to rape to drug trafficking. Do you think the purpose of these operations to crack down on illegal immigrants is, taking away from the original intention for this? I want to go back to, why Kristi Noem, our Secretary of Homeland Security, said that they're doing this surge in the sanctuary city of Minneapolis to begin with, is the fraud scandal that has been rocking that community. And do you think that, people are trying to figure out where was the outrage from that when all of that was going on and when the border was open under the previous administration and that left this president with the problem?
Yeah, so what we know from ICE statistics is that about a third of the people they've been arresting, I don't know in Minneapolis specifically, but across the country, about a third have a criminal record, have a criminal conviction of some sort. But what we've seen is as the year has gone on, early in the Trump administration, the majority had a criminal record. That percentage is going down, right? The larger number of people they're pursuing, the less likely they are to be going after people with criminal histories, right? And the more likely they are to be going after people who maybe have a deportation order, or maybe they just have some other indication that they're in the country illegally, but they don't have a criminal record. So, I think there's, a bit of, there's certainly some truth that they're going after people with criminal background, and they're frustrated that the local and state governments don't cooperate in locating those people. And at the same time, many of the other folks, in fact, don't have any interaction with the criminal justice system. So, you could find truth on both sides if you want.
Okay. Well, DHS posted a video alleging that they have video proof that Renee Good was, quote, stalking and impeding ICE enforcement leading up to the shooting. Take a look at some of that video. They say that she'd been following them around all day and harassing them. And you see the cars, they say, that were blocking them, and the banging of the horns there. Multiple Democratic lawmakers, from Governor Tim Walz to Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry and Good's wife, too, they all are pushing back on the claim, maintaining that she was a victim and she was not a stalker. From what you have seen unfold, what do you think happened?
I think there needs to be an impartial investigation, as there should be with all law enforcement shootings. We should depoliticize it. We should take it out of the hands of either side that is commenting on this. Law enforcement has a right to shoot someone who's imperiling their life, right? I mean, that if that is in fact happening, the right not for someone who's stalking them, right? That sort of is a secondary concern that could lead to other actions and arrests, something else. But I mean, there just needs to be an impartial, investigation and see what happened. I don't think any of us on the outside should be making judgments about what happened that day.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.